You must know that about yourselves because it is true and you can live that truth. You can acknowledge it and you can move forward with that knowing that you are a source energy being, and as a source energy being, you are a creator. Welcome to the Reality Revolution. I'm so excited today to read some new channelings from the creators. The creators are channeled by Daniel Scranton. They are a group of higher dimensional beings that channel powerful messages regarding our awakening on this planet and our shift into the fifth dimension. We've had the opportunity to read some creators before, and they've all been really magnificent. These are really unique because they're very recent, starting as recently as May 27th, and they address a number of interesting topics like becoming your higher self in your physical body, whether you admit it or not you're doing this, the truth about signs, synchronicities, symbols, and dreams, relax, help is on the way, removing your stuck and blocked energy, is Earth a prison planet, how we can answer your prayers, and so much more. You can find these channelings at danielscranton.com. And be sure to check out one of Daniel's new amazing books, channeled by the Archangel Michael. And be sure to check out all my amazing channelings from the Arcturian Council. Become your higher self in your physical body. We are here for you. We are the creators. We are a 12th dimensional collective of non-physical beings, and we are here to help. We sense your energies there on Earth, and we know that you are doing far better than you think you are, individually and collectively. It may seem as though you're trudging along, not making much progress at all, but as you look at your lives from your perspectives, recognize that you always have the option of changing those perspectives. You can change so much about yourselves, your lives, and your world by changing the way you're looking at all three. That is something that we have trained ourselves to do in order to be of greater service to all. We have trained ourselves to look for the positive, to look for the progress, to look for the potential, and to always see the love. You want to also feel the love within yourselves for your life, your world, and yourself, and you have the power, the capacity to do that. You just need to exercise your free will and make that choice so that you can live more as the loving being that you are. You don't need anything to change in order to do this. In fact, it is quite probably true that nothing can change until you do shift your perspective, shift the way you are looking at yourself, your life, and the world. When we say the world, you can include all others on the world that you currently live in that statement, because it is necessary for you to drop judgment and resistance to your fellow humans in order to truly be who and what you really are. You are unconditional love that has incarnated, and unconditional love is incompatible with judgment and resistance, and that is something else you must use your free will to choose. Choose love over all else. And when you can't find love, then reach for acceptance, and you will get there eventually. Pretend that you are the way you want to be, that the world is the way you want it to be, and that your life is exactly how you wish it to be, and see how you feel. If you like that feeling, then continue the charade. Give yourselves the feeling of satisfaction, contentment, and even joy because you can, not because the conditions call for those states of being. And when you do this, you will show yourselves how powerful you are. You will show yourselves that you can shift right now and become your higher self while you're in your physical body. And then you might just see the world and all of her inhabitants changing for the better. You might also see your life circumstances shifting to reflect to you the shifts you have made within yourselves. And if you don't see any of those things, then you know you are testing yourself to see just how unconditionally you really can be. It is who and what you really are. Unconditional love. Accept that, and you'll change everything in a heartbeat. We are the creators, and we love you very much. Whether you admit it or not, you're doing this. We are here for you. We are the creators. We are a 12th dimensional collective of non-physical beings, and we are here to help. You must notice that you are making progress as individuals in your lives. You have the ability to grant yourselves that notion, and we implore you to do so. We suggest that you take stock of your lives and of your vibration. Notice that you are progressing vibrationally. Even if your life circumstances have not gotten significantly better over the years, notice that you're still spiritually awake, even though everything you ever tried to do as an awakened soul has not necessarily worked in the way you would have hoped. That means you have faith, and that means you can trust. And we want you to know that it is your faith, and it is your trust that gives you that sense of being awake, that sense of empowerment through choice. You can choose to be deflated and go into despair, or you can choose to be patient and know that all is well. You can choose to say to yourself, all in divine, perfect timing. And you can go live your lives as the high vibrational beings that you truly are. Now, if you can do those things, we know that many of you do, then you can admit that you have come a long way. You can acknowledge that your awakening is and always has been important. It's an important aspect of your life. You must know that about yourselves because it is true, and you can live that truth. You can acknowledge it, and you can move forward with that knowing that you are a source energy being, and as a source energy being, you are a creator. Now again, you may not see and experience everything that you have already created right now, and that's okay. That's a good thing, in fact, because you want to have things to anticipate, to look forward to, and you do want to be able to appreciate what does come to you. If it all came tomorrow, how would you appreciate every aspect of it? That would be quite the challenge now, wouldn't it? But you are there to enjoy the life that you have and to trust that more is coming. You are there to live the life of an awakened soul, which means you are there to love. You are there to hold that higher vibrational state of being. Even when your life isn't perfect and there is still violence, greed, and hunger on planet Earth, you get to decide how you look at those things and how you view yourselves and your lives. And it is our continued recommendation that you see yourselves as growing and as having already grown into the beautiful beings that we see when we look upon you from the 12th dimension, and we do look upon you. We are the creators, and we love you very much. The truth about signs, synchronicities, symbols, and dreams. We are here for you. We are the creators. We are a 12th dimensional collective of non-physical beings, and we are here to help. We are seeking to help you in a variety of ways, and we are not the only ones who are choosing to be a part of your journey in that way. You have so many helpers around you at all times, and they have myriad ways of contacting you, getting you a piece of information or some guidance that you might want. We are speaking to you in a variety of different ways, and the messages through channelers is just one of these ways that we seek to contact you and guide you through your challenging lives. We invite you to recognize that we are always acting on your behalf. Your higher selves ask us to give you the signs, synchronicities, symbols, the serendipitous encounters, and so on, so that you will ultimately receive the communication from yourselves. We are the go-betweens, and often when you are getting something from a source outside of you, you're more likely to believe in the validity of what you are getting. It behooves you to pay attention and look for those signs. Listen for those messages and know without a shadow of a doubt that nothing in your experience is random. It is all very intentional, very deliberate, and very precise. Listen to the sounds that you can hear at any given moment to practice paying more attention. Feel within your bodies for what you can feel in any given moment, even when you are not expecting some guidance, and look around at what signs and symbols are showing up for you to nudge you or guide you in a specific direction. Finally, trust your interpretations of those signs and symbols, because once again, this is all you talking to you. And since you are the one orchestrating it all, you can trust your own interpretations of the sign that you wanted the physical human you to see. Also trust your interpretations of your dreams, because the same is true there. You get more than just guidance from all of us, of course. You also get support, love, healing, upgrades, activations, and all of those are also dictated by your very own higher selves. But we are happy to play our roles because we love you, and because we enjoy being helpers, expressing ourselves, and feeling the impact of the difference we are making in all of your lives. And this is true of every single one of your helpers, and most of you have hundreds of helpers around you in any given moment of time. Use that guidance by paying attention and following through with what you're getting, and you will be astounded at how right the guidance was. We are the creators, and we love you very much. Relax. Help is on the way. We are here for you. We are the creators. We are a 12th dimensional collective of non-physical beings, and we are here to help. We just adore humanity, especially when we see you struggling with something in your lives. We know that you contribute mightily to the expansion of the universe, and we thank you for your contributions and your efforts. We also invite you to explore the feeling of relaxation a bit more, especially when you find yourselves in the midst of one of your struggling experiences. We invite you to remember that you have already created what you want, that it is already on its way to you, and that you have many more helpers than you can imagine who are working day and night to bring to fruition what you have said you wanted. We love helping, and so do all the other beings and collective consciousnesses in the non-physical. Therefore, you can rest assured that there are many more helpers than there are physical beings in need of help, because the non-physical contains more than the physical does. We know that doesn't make any sense, because what could the non-physical possibly contain? You have to go beyond your mind to comprehend that one. We all seek to be of service because of where we dwell and because of the level of consciousness that we hold. When you can relax into these truths, you can receive much more effortlessly and more quickly than you can with your tireless efforts. Remember that this is the time of the divine feminine. This is the feminine cycle of the universe in which we all dwell, and therefore you can expect more from doing less. You can open yourselves up and receive, and know that you are going to receive what you want and not just something random. You can rest assured that you have done enough to justify your existence, and it is time for you to benefit from all that has been done, all that has been asked for, all that has come before you in this very lifetime where you find yourselves right now. You also could spend some more of your precious time believing in yourselves as the conscious creator beings that you are. The more time you spend focusing on your true divine nature as beings of unconditional love, the less you have to struggle. And the more you relax and let go, the more you let in, the more you align with that reality that you want to experience and the version of you that exists in that reality who is relaxed. Know that everything is going to be all right because it always is. If you can convince your minds of that, then you can release from your bodies all that stuck energy right away, and you can live in harmony with Mother Earth, each other, and this entire beautiful universe of ours. We are here to help you do all of this and so much more, and there will be much more for all of us to co-create together when you recognize all the help that you have. We are the creators, and we love you very much. Removing your stuck and blocked energy. We are here for you. We are the creators. We are a 12th dimensional collective of non-physical beings, and we are here to help. You are being, in this moment, what you were created to be, and you are having the experience that serves this version of source energy that you are. You get to have these experiences. You're not forced to be any force outside of you. When you accept that your life is as it needs to be right now, you get to move on to something else. You get to have new experiences after the acceptance of the experiences that you are having. when you deem them all to be okay by your standards, then you get to have a set of new ones. And yes, your preferences matter. You are moving through your life deciding what makes you happy, what brings you joy, and it differs from person to person. So as you align with the life that you have and you continue to put your preferences out there to the universal forces that do exist, you can have more of the experiences you want to have. Now, one of the stumbling blocks that you encounter along the way to what it is you do want to experience is a belief that you hold that says otherwise. You may hold a belief that says, I'm not worthy of that. Or you may hold a belief that says, it is not possible. You may hold a belief that says that what you want is wrong to have in some way. And so those are your stumbling blocks to living a life that is more to your liking. What we advise you to do is to continue to put your preferences out there to the universe and put your attention on those instead of focusing on your resistance to what you don't want. And when you have your attention on what you do want, be honest with yourselves about how you feel about those particular desires that you hold. You can tell by how you feel what it is that you still need to release. You may have stuck energy around any one of your desires for any number of reasons, and your emotions will tell you which ones and possibly even what needs to be cleared. So for example, you may say to yourself, I want to be a channeler, but then you feel fear when you think about becoming a channeler because you know that some people are going to laugh at you and some people are going to dislike you because of what you do. Some people are going to fear you or doubt that what you are doing is real. And so you must be able to face those fears in order to have the experience that you want to have of channeling. Facing your fears means feeling into them, but then also deconstructing the beliefs behind these fears. You must recognize at this point that no matter what you do in life, some people will dislike you because of your profession. And you have to accept that. It is important for you to be able to clear your own path to what it is that you want to experience. And you have all of the ability within yourself to do just that. We will continue to remind you of this truth because we love you and because we want to see you happy. We want to see you living the lives that you have determined are your best lives. And in this lifetime, we are the creators and we love you very much. Is Earth a prison planet? We are here for you. We are the creators. We are a 12th dimensional collective of non-physical beings, and we are here to help. You are taking your spirituality very seriously, and many of you are separating that which is spiritual from that which is material or physical. Not all of you, but many of you do this, and you do it because you can feel the trappings of the physical reality beckoning you towards them. You can remember hedonistic lifetimes where you were all about the pleasures of the flesh and wealth and power, and you seek to avoid those traps to such a degree that you tend more towards the life of the renunciate. And you seek to have spiritual experiences in very specific places, in venues that were designed to create the energy to give one a spiritual experience. However, we want you all to recognize that you can have a spiritual experience while eating your lunch, while going for a walk, and even while taking a shower, a bath, or brushing your teeth. The time that you are living in right now is a time of blurring those lines of separation. It is a time to infuse more of the spiritual, the non-physical, into the physical and the material. It is time to stop seeing them as separate. It is time to see and to fully recognize that everything is love and everything is of the divine. It is also important for more New Agers to recognize that you are where you're supposed to be and you're having the experience you're supposed to be having. Nothing has gone wrong. You are not trapped, and Earth is not a prison planet. You do not have to be there because of your karma or your contracts. You are there because you want to be there at the soul level. And when you elevate your consciousness, your perception of reality to that of your soul, you will understand that. You will know that in a very visceral way, you will stop pleading with your helpers, your guides, your higher self to get you off of this rock. You will recognize the opportunities that show up as challenges are there to show you that you are source energy. They are not there to get you to amplify your desire to escape reality. Whether that by drugs or by spaceship, you are meant to engage with the reality that is before you as the divine source energy being that you are, and you are meant to see it all as source energy as well. And that is the best of both worlds. And that is why you want to incarnate on planet Earth. It is because Earth is giving you the best opportunity to have the experience in a new way, in a way you have never had it before. And so you're there to be trailblazers and wayshowers. You are there to take the consciousness of humanity beyond where it has been before, and you are there to be one of the ones who initiates the blending, the merging of the two realms to create heaven on Earth. And sometimes that also means bringing more of the Arcturian systems to Earth. Sometimes it means bringing more of the Pleiadian systems to Earth. And sometimes it means bringing more of the Sirian and Lyran systems to Earth. We are not going to list all the systems here, but you get the point. If you don't feel at home on Earth, then you are meant to make it your home by grounding in more of the energies that you desire to play with. And yes, you do have the power, and you do get to make that choice. Very good. We are the creators, and we love you very much. How we can answer your prayers. We are here for you. We are the creators. We are a 12th dimensional collective of non-physical beings, and we are here to help. We love and respect you so much that we would never desire to trample upon your free will, and yet we ask you for your assistance in assisting you. We know that there is much you would like to see happening there on Earth that isn't happening in your current moment. And while we cannot make anything happen in your reality, we certainly can set wheels in motion energetically for you. And that is what you are getting when you are getting a prayer answered. You're getting an energetic response that sets wheels into motion, that can bring something into fruition that you desire. But no one can make something happen in your reality without your agreement. Your agreement can come at the mental level, yes, but it also can come vibrationally. You must be a match to what you seek. And while you can start the process of bringing something to you that you desire individually or collectively, you must then match it in order to receive it. Now, matching what you desire does not have to be difficult. It does not have to involve mathematical equations. You do not have to figure out what the right frequency is in order to bring it about, but rather, we suggest that you relax into the feeling of it as best you can. Have faith and know that all you desire is on its way to you. When you are in that level of relaxation, you are in the mode of having your prayers answered. If you are in doubt or in fear, you are less likely to receive that which you have asked for, and you must then believe in yourself and in your ability to rise up to the level of consciousness that is a match to what you've asked for. You are co-creators in all of this. You are participating in your lives, and you are the ones who are determining what it is you would like to see. Therefore, the asking matters. You being there matters, and what you have asked for is a better reality. That better reality is being determined by you. What you are living is important, and you are big factors in the reality creation equation. We and the other non-physicals who seek to help you will continue to do our part, but we want you to know that we cannot simply override your vibration. Your faith in us helps you. It helps you to recognize that you have help on the other side, and that is how your belief in that which is non-physical serves you. But we will also always encourage you to believe in yourselves and in your abilities. Some of you have to tap into even a fraction of your ability to create, to become one with that which you have created. And this is something that we seek to help you with in each of our transmissions of energy that we bring forth to you. We do hope that this transmission has helped to make it more clear to you how we work with you and how we can be of service to you. We are the creators, and we love you very much. Failure is not an option. We are here for you. We are the creators. We are a 12th dimensional collective of non-physical beings, and we are here to help. We know that you set yourselves up at times for failure, and we know that failure is not always a bad thing, even as you would define it as good or bad. You see, sometimes you think you are supposed to be doing something, and so you set out to do it, and you are unsuccessful, and it is a blessing in disguise. And a lot of times you recognize that years later, when you look back at your life and you see how everything actually was unfolding perfectly for you. But we would encourage you to look at your failures in the moment that they are happening as blessings, so that you don't have to wait until years later to make sense of them or to make peace with them. Remember that you can only see what you can see in the moment, and you're unable to see the bigger picture that your higher self does. And because your higher self knows that will actually serve you the best and make you the happiest, it will steer you in that direction, even if that means you have to fail at something that you really think you want to succeed at doing. You often will learn a lot about yourself in the midst of a failed attempt at something, and you will also learn a lot about the thing itself. You may get better at doing it the next time if you're meant to persevere and keep at it. If it truly isn't part of your path, then perhaps you will fail one time and give up. And at other times, the failure may be a relief because you didn't ever really want to be pursuing that course of action anyway. Perhaps you did it because your family wanted you to, or because your mind was telling you that it's the only way you'll ever be successful in life. You are a success because you exist, and you can count yourselves as being successful at awakening spiritually. It is also important for you to know that you are not there to complete tasks. You don't have an assignment that you're meant to complete. You are there succeeding all the time at becoming more of who you really are. And sometimes you do that through failing at something that doesn't really represent who and what you really are anyway. We invite you to take some time after receiving this message and look back at your life and at all the times that you thought you failed at something, and also notice all the ways in which that failure was really a blessing and how it even nudged you in another direction, a better direction for you. Remember also that you're meant to be you, and you are not your actions. You are not your accomplishments. You are not the awards that you have won. You are so much more than all those things that may or may not have happened. Always go back within the self and explore how much more of you there is because of every experience you've ever had, regardless of whether you would describe it as a good experience or a bad experience. You are expanding and becoming, and you will never fail at that because it happens automatically. You are meant to enjoy it all, and you are enjoying whatever you are doing right now in your life, then you can feel very good about that. If you're not enjoying it, then ask yourself why you keep doing it and whether you can enjoy it, whether it is just a matter of you taking a different look at it, taking a different perspective on it. Look within yourselves for all that you are and all that you are becoming, and relax about your to-do list and all you think you need to accomplish in order to be worthy of anyone's love, even your own. We promise you that you can and you will live happily ever after, no matter what. We suggest that you do it sooner rather than later. We are the creators, and we love you very much. Connect with your non-physical self and go home. We are here for you. We are the creators. We are a 12th dimensional collective of non-physical beings, and we are here to help. We acknowledge the wisdom that you have through the experience there on Earth, and we understand that what you are experiencing is quite different from what we are experiencing. Therefore, we know we have a lot to learn from you through your experiences. We also know that you could not exist there in the physical without the help of the non-physical, and so you benefit from our perspective. We may not be experiencing what you're experiencing in your physical struggles, but it is precisely because we are not mired in the issues and problems of your day that we are able to offer a higher perspective. So you see, you benefit from us remaining where we are now. Now is the merging of the two that you will ultimately want to experience there on Earth, whether you know it or not. You want to experience yourselves as being more electrified, more energized by the non-physical that is always giving you life, and there are many ways in which you can do this. You can do what you love to do, and in those moments you'll be aligning yourself more with the consciousness of the divine, with the non-physical energies that literally animate your physical form. You can also sit in meditation, and in removing the thoughts that block the energies from flowing, you can open up to more of who and what you really are. Third, you can channel. And while it may seem as though that is a tall order for some of you, we want you to recognize that you do feel like you are channeling from time to time. You do feel like you are in the zone, so to speak, when you are doing something that you love or saying something that you really believe to be true. Therefore, in order to open up and receive higher frequency energies and information, all you really need to do is put yourself in the right position to receive. And that leads us to our fourth way, that you can merge more with the non-physical. You can simply sit in your divine feminine and open yourself up to the energies that are present at any given time. You can feel those energies merging with your physical form, and you can become more energized, more enlivened. The simple act of receiving something that doesn't look like it really is there. But you can feel nonetheless. Relax and let go, and know that all that is coming to you in that moment, that you do so for your greatest and highest good. All you have to do to be in greater harmony with the non-physical energies is to stop resisting. Stop resisting what you think you need to resist. Let go of control. Let go of the need for something to be different than how it currently is. You want to experience yourselves as gods living on a playground planet, and you can experience yourselves as such if you simply heed our advice. And we know that what we just laid out for you is not very challenging. We know this because we have witnessed so many doing it there on Earth, and we have felt the effortlessness of the beings who were engaging in these simple ways of connecting more to your non-physical essence, your home. We are the creators. We love you very much. Trade wars, money, and the economy. We are the creators. We are a 12th dimensional collective of non-physical beings, and we are here to help. We cannot help but notice certain trends that are going on there on planet Earth. We notice when all of you get caught up in some sort of hype or train of thought, and of course, at this time, people are talking about trade wars, tariffs, the global economy, and of course, many of you who are awake have known for quite some time that these things are changing. They are changing, and they are changing for the better, and there will be much more changing happening in the future. In order for something to change, sometimes you must first recognize when what you are currently working with is not working for you or for most. You have an economic system that is not working for most, and most of you can acknowledge that. Not everyone can, of course, and not everyone will, because they are benefiting from the system that is in place. And so why would they assume or recognize that there is something wrong with the system? You need to see just how broken your system is for enough of you to desire that change to come about. And many of you are doing more than just operating from that place of desire. You are making changes in your lives. You are making changes in the way you spend your money. You save your money, you invest your money, and so on. You also make changes in the way you look at money. And it is how all of this changes for the better. In other words, everyone has a relationship to money, and that relationship affects their bottom line. It is also true that the way for positive change to occur is for the consciousness to evolve. And again, for consciousness to evolve, sometimes there needs to be a catalyst, an event that gets people to look more carefully at something they may have resistance to, judgment about, or are harboring fears in relationship to. Money, of course, is one of those things. It's a very big topic, and it's on lots of people's minds for large portions of the day. And therefore, when you see something like a trade war, enormous increase in tariffs, and so on, you have to face what is already present within you and what has perhaps been running underneath the surface of your consciousness. But when things rise to the surface, you must look at them and you must ask yourselves how you can change so that you can have a new experience of your economy, of taxes, of money in general. You want to shift you so that you can see systems coming into your reality that reflect the shift that you made inside of you. Therefore, it does you no good to shake your fist at the corrupt system and ask the corrupt system to change. Of course, That system that is broken is the catalyst, and therefore it does serve you, and eventually you can come to that conclusion that it was there to inspire you to grow spiritually. And when you do that, you not only grow spiritually, but you can change your bottom line. You can change your relationship to money, and you can change the amount of money that you have. And suddenly you are not so worried about what someone else is doing, what laws are being passed, what executive orders are being signed. So put the attention back on you in times like these and get the most benefit you can out of times like these. That's our advice to all of you. And we charge 0% commission. We are the creators, and we love you very much. Now, after listening to these messages, you can tell that they contain layers of wisdom about consciousness, reality creation, and our spiritual evolution that deserves deeper examination. The creators consistently return to one central theme. We are doing far better than we believe we are, both individually and collectively. They explain that our perspective creates our reality. When we change how we look at ourselves, our lives, and our world, we change our experience of all three. This isn't about positive thinking or denial, but about recognizing that we always have the power to shift our viewpoint, and in doing so, transform our entire experience. The key insight is that nothing external needs to change for us to access this power. We can choose to see differently right now in this moment. One of the most profound teachings centers on identity. The creators state that we are unconditional love that has incarnated. This means we're not trying to become loving beings. We already are love itself. This understanding changes everything because unconditional love cannot coexist with judgment and resistance. Every time you judge others or resist our circumstances, you are working against your fundamental nature. The solution they offer is simple but transformative. Choose love over everything else. When love feels impossible, reach for acceptance. The creators describe our current time as the era of the divine feminine, a universal cycle where we can expect more from doing less. This represents a shift from the masculine paradigm of pushing, striving, and forcing outcomes. In this feminine cycle, the path forward involves opening, receiving, and allowing. They emphasize that we can relax into the truth that what we've asked for is already created and on its way to us. Our job is not to make it happen through effort, but to align vibrationally and allow it to arrive. Perhaps one of the most comforting revelations is the extent of non-physical support available to us. Creators explain that most people have hundreds of helpers around them at any given moment, guides, higher selves, and other non-physical beings, all working to support our journey. These helpers orchestrate the signs, synchronicities, and serendipities that we experience. Nothing in our experience is random. Every meaningful coincidence, every perfectly timed message, every song that speaks to us at just the right moment is communication from our own higher self, facilitated by our support team. So the practical application is to pay attention, listen to sounds, feel into your bodies, notice signs and symbols, and trust your interpretation of what you observe. Since we are orchestrating these communications at a higher level, you can trust your understanding of what they mean. The creators address a common spiritual trap, the separation of spiritual and material realms. Many awakened individuals swing so far from materialism they reject the physical world entirely, seeking spiritual experiences only in designated sacred spaces. Their teaching calls for integration. We can have profound spiritual experiences while eating, walking, or performing mundane daily tasks. The goal is not to escape the physical realm, but to infuse it with spiritual awareness, seeing everything as divine and sacred. This integration extends to making Earth our home rather than longing to escape it. We are not on a prison planet. They emphasize that. We are here for a reason. We chose to be here, and we are learning very specific lessons from being here. The creators explain the mechanics of how prayer and manifestation actually work in this. They can set energetic wheels in motion when we ask for something, but they cannot override our vibration or make things happen without our agreement. This agreement must come both mentally and vibrationally. We must be a vibrational match to what we seek. The process is not complicated. It requires relaxing into the feeling of having what you desire, maintaining faith and trusting that our requests are being answered. Doubt and fear create resistance that blocks reception. The key is believing in yourself and your ability to rise to the consciousness level that matches your desire. Throughout these messages, the creators emphasize that our state of being is most important. Not what we accomplish, not our external achievements, but our internal state of consciousness. Our state of being can be consciously directed. We can bring ourselves into states of joy, peace, or even ecstasy through focused attention. This requires purposeful awareness of where we place our attention moment by moment. When we prioritize our state of being, everything else in our experience shifts to reflect this internal transformation. This is why they consistently direct us back to ourselves rather than toward external solutions. In addressing global challenges, particularly economic disruption, the creators offer a unique perspective. They view external crises as catalysts designed to help us examine our internal relationship with money, abundance, and security. Rather than fighting broken systems or waiting for external change, they recommend using these challenges as opportunities for spiritual growth. When we transform our internal relationship with abundance, we change which version of reality we experience. This applies to all collective challenges. The external serves as a mirror for what needs to be healed within consciousness itself. The overarching message from the Creator centers on recognition of our true power and divine nature. We are source energy beings, temporarily focused in physical form, with access to unlimited support and infinite creative potential. The practical path forward involves shifting perspective, paying attention to guidance, relaxing into receptivity, prioritizing our state of being, and integrating spiritual awareness into every aspect of our daily life. This guidance consistently points towards self-empowerment rather than dependence on external conditions or even on them as guides. We are the creators of our experience, supported by infinite love and intelligence, capable of transforming our reality through conscious choice and awareness. These teachings offer a profound reframe of human experiences, from victims of circumstance to conscious creators, from isolated individuals to supported aspects of infinite consciousness, from spiritual seekers to spiritual beings having a human experience. The transformation they describe is available now, in this moment, through the simple but profound act of changing how we see ourselves and our world. This is both the most accessible and most revolutionary teachings they offer. You can find all episodes of The Reality Revolution at therealityrevolution.com. And welcome to The Reality Revolution.